Welcome to another edition to the Future Focus Success for All Students podcast. Folks, we've been all over the country. If you've been following us, we've been to Florida, my goodness, we've been to Oregon, we've been to Los Angeles, we've been to New York, we've been to New Jersey, we've been to Illinois, we've been to North Carolina, and we're coming back to North Carolina. As a matter of fact, a couple weeks ago, we were in Charlotte, Mecklenburg, working with Dr. Melissa Balknight, talking about the three E's. She talked about every student is going to either be enrolled, that every student is going to be enlisted, or every student is going to be, what was that, enrolled, enlisted, and employed. All right? That's what's going on in Charlotte, Mecklenburg. And folks, we've got a treat for you today. We've got Dr. Travis Reeves. He's the superintendent of Surry County Schools. They have a national model around CTE. And Travis, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for your participation. We appreciate you being here. One thing is this. One thing I want to thank you, Travis. I know, man, it's right after graduations, man, right? So for you to actually be here and really participating on the podcast, we really appreciate you, man. But one thing I want to open up is I think if there's just one question, man. There's a lot of times people talk about a future focused culture, right? I think everybody wants a future focused culture, Travis, but not everyone's has a future focused culture. And I know the work that you're doing in Surry County, man, you guys have created a future focused culture. As you begin to really, if you could give some steps and really suggestions and strategies to building that culture, man, how did you guys build that future focused culture in Surrey, man?
Well, Robert, thank you for having me on the podcast. It's great to be with you today, and I'm glad to be able to showcase the great work that's happening in Surry County schools. We have great professionals that lead and work with a servant's attitude, and they want to make sure that our students are prepared for life beyond high school. And as you mentioned, the future focused culture, I start with the word culture. Culture, in my opinion, and a simple definition I use in my district is it's the way we do things around here.
Right.
Simple. Terrence Steele, Kent Peterson, and really, I think the way we kind of established a different culture or a different mindset in our school system has been thinking about the K-12 service model. I guess from the traditional standpoint, we were focused on the finish line, and that finish line was graduation and getting students with that diploma. I think about a future focused mindset or culture. We're really focused on the starting line. And so the diploma is not the finish line, but it's the starting line for our students. And so we kind of use a term in our district called the high school diploma plus more. What else are we doing as a K-12 district to give kids an edge and understanding of what they're doing in the K-12 classroom and how it really relates to the real world? What intrinsically motivates them? Thinking about all those pieces, we've looked really hard at what can we do in addition to just that diploma. And so the things I'm talking about really do revolve around career and technical education. It revolves around certifications. It revolves around credentials, college classes, college credits, work-based learning. Where can we put students in a business or industry where they can literally learn a skill, a trade, and be paid at the same time? So not only are we putting students in these places, but we're also paying them. And you want to talk about intrinsic motivation? Kids come back when you're paying them. And in today's ultra competitive market, and we know what some of our fast food chains are paying students, we have to compete with that. And so that has then since led to pre-apprenticeships and apprenticeships. So all of that has helped us kind of, what I say, stay future focused and really relevant in our local community with our business and industry. We have got to get out of our schools, and I think that's one thing I've been able to do with our leadership team is get our team, my principals, my directors, and really focus on what are the needs here in Surry County. We're a largely rural area. We've got advanced manufacturing, healthcare, education, IT. What can we do to help our students understand that the things they learn right here in our high schools, in our middle schools, and elementary what can they do, and where can they work and earn a great living wage. And one thing I've said and will say over and over, in rural North Carolina and in rural America, we're fighting for some of our greatest resources, and that's the talent that's right here in our county. And we all
Right.
talk about economic development, workforce development. I'm trying to meet with business and industry to see what do you have that I can leverage, and what can I help you leverage as far as connecting the dots for our students, so they can then see, okay, I could see myself in a career at this business or at this hospital. I could see how they can then in turn help me with scholarship dollars or with college debt,
Right.
or in some cases we've even seen our students help their parents get a job.
Right.
So it kind of comes full circle. But I guess in a short way, Robert, we've created this culture over a period of 10 to 12 years where our students are really thinking about not just the diploma, but
Right.
thinking about the other things that they can get along the way that we're providing as a K-12 system, our local community college, and our local business and industry. And it's really creating a well-rounded student, a student that has lots of skills, lots of value add for the
Right.
community, and we have students wanting to come back, live, work, and play in Surry County, and
I
that's
love it.
really rewarding.
And, when you were talking, Travis, I was just thinking about, everyone has what they say. We have a portrait of a graduate, right? And they talk about these things, and okay, and when you graduate, these are the things you have to have. But it's almost like you said, the graduation is the ending part. You graduated, okay, you're moving on. But graduating being the starting point, not the ending point, is a frame of mind, right? Because what you're saying is, it's not about you just graduating, it's about what you're doing in those next steps, and building this future for children is totally different than just a portrait of a graduate. It is like, what are you going to do with your life, right? Like, those are the things that you want from your own children, right? So some of the work that you guys are doing, it really starts when you talk about a culture of, this is just what we do around here. It's really the belief in children, not just a graduate, but how can we make you a better citizen? How can we make you, as far as a productive citizen, connecting with businesses outside? So, folks, if you're ever in North Carolina, man, you have got to go to Surry County. All right, you knock on that door, you tell them I sent you there. All right, Travis is going to treat you like family, folks. They're doing some amazing work. In our next episode, we're going to dig a little bit deeper. I mean, Travis has got a couple initiatives there where he really has the children. They're taking their CTE courses not necessarily in the schools. They're taking it out in the businesses, actually working with businesses. He's going to be digging deep into these initiatives that he has, because really that's a model, and that's a different frame of thinking, right? If you are having children out in the businesses, actually working and learning in the businesses, that's a little bit different, right? So we're going to be talking about the model and how he's really created that model, doing some amazing things in Surry County. And folks, if you really want to hear all of this information, you have got to come to the Future Focus Summit in October. Travis is going to be having a session he's going to be talking about, but a session where we're going to be talking about step by step of how you can create some of the work that he's seen that is successful in his district, and how he's created the culture, how he's created the team, how he has coached his team, and the actual measurement as far as assessment, as far as the progress that is being shown in Surry County. So, Travis, man, thanks a bunch. I know you've been busy, man. I know it's a busy time of the year, but sharing this can definitely change thought in other districts. So thank you for being a part of the process today, okay?
Thank you, Robert.
All righty, man. Hey, you got to stay for the next episode. We're going to dig deeper, all right? We'd love to see you.